All right, we'll get this meeting to order. Do a roll call. Jody Bjornson,
Here.
Mike Netlin,
Present.
myself, Ronald Leonamy, present, Brian Sukup,
Present.
and Brett Gagnon Pollock.
Present.
Okay. You pledge allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, got approval of agenda. Discussing the end of 2025 and the 2026 forecast for public works. Can let you guys go off however you want to discuss parks, stuff like that.
So I know we're planning on spending money on the park
Right,
for the year.
where are you at with this logger that you've been?
Well, it sounds really good for spring thaw,
Okay,
because they get nothing to do and they got all their equipment in the yard and they can come down that dirt road and on 71's a 10-ton. The only way it works is if every tree you want out is marked,
okay,
not the boundaries, every tree you want gone, because they'll just come in and 4 or 5 hours they'd have to cut everything down.
okay,
The same with Wayne, if he wants to do that, we can get all this stuff done at one time.
Is that for the golf course?
Just golf and the permanent and the long-term sites.
yep,
Now, I know, last year, whatever, when the last time they're in there cutting, they were having some issues with which trees to cut. So when we mark these trees, like they gotta be marked.
Yeah, I would say all 4 sides, just the orange dot on them or something, fluorescent paint.
That orange, fluorescent orange,
Nope.
ribbon is what like car uses.
We can't use that for the processor, it'll tangle up in the rollers. It's not, they don't cut it with
What?
the processor, they don't cut with a chainsaw, they got a big machine that comes in, grabs the tree, cuts it, lays it down. So any ribbons would just get wound up in the rollers.
So spray paint.
Let some bright orange or something, spray paint 4 sides, so they,
Ralph and I put stakes out for the permanent section, for the permanent sites. We got the road right now going all the way in 360 feet and then 25 feet, and we got stakes with the green ribbon on them. But I haven't painted the trees yet, but I wanted to try to get in there this winter and get all of them worked up, and
how wide of a road?
25 feet is what we're thinking.
That would work. And then you got a big cul-de-sac on the end from
We'll
turnaround.
work on the cul-de-sac when we get down there, because I know it's gonna start working in some of the disc golf area. But that's why I wanna get my stuff marked before Wayne even gets out there. That way he can see it.
Next Wednesday or Friday, hit me up and then take me out for a walk. I wanna see all this.
Okay.
Then you got the sights angled.
No, they're just straight in, but angle's not a bad
You
idea.
should, because nowadays they're pulling those 44-foot goosenecks. And if we go the 25-foot road trying to back into a site, they're gonna have
Right.
problems. If we do the one side so they can drive in and back in, not blind side, it makes it easy. So the south side, you angle back toward you, and then the other side, you angle the other way, so they can go down the cul-de-sac, turn around and back in.
Right.
And then that way, they're not sitting there looking at each other either, they're offset.
I like that idea.
So it makes it easier for them to get in and out,
Okay.
and makes the cul-de-sac where they just drive down. If they're on the right side, they drive down, turn around, come in, no blind side whatsoever. Half of them people don't know how to back up, I'm sure you're aware.
Oh, yeah, very well aware. That cul-de-sac's gonna be huge though, with these guys on some of
You
these.
probably need a 60-foot.
Okay.
Same as for a fire engine. Just a 60-foot loop,
Okay,
that would take care of that, but I would definitely angle them. It would make life so much easier for everybody, and it'll, like I say, they won't be looking at each other either.
That is a 42-foot, the longest trailer.
No, my
No,
brother's
there's
got a
some bigger
44. You go 44, 48, I think.
I think it's
To the
48.
Well, 48.
I think you were putting 60 footer where you don't.
I was making 50 foot towards the road, and then on the north side were 60 footers.
So
But that was just,
if
An
you,
aircraft carrier.
if you angle them, you can go 70 feet deep then.
yeah, I wanna make sure that they can get in there and they can park, and then have enough space to put picnic table and a fire pit. And then I want to edge along the road that I can mow. So that'll just kind of make it look good.
25 feet plus.
Plus 10, 5 on each side. Doesn't need to be any bigger. Just a nice little strip of grass, even 60 inches, just like, just give it that nice little look. Hoping for.
And then, do we need to take any trees out of where 7th Street will eventually go? How tight are we on that?
I have some ideas for that because I would like to get myself a staging area back there. Eventually, maybe even build a small little building back there for storage and stuff that I can have there, and the park's right there. Just boom, 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 boom.
Forward equipment there.
Right. And if I'd love to one day be able to get something that can vacuum up the needles and the leaves and stuff like that.
Now would be the time if you wanna mark some trees along there, if you wanna widen that out. 'Cause I think we can get lake access for at least a trail lake access. But we need to widen that out.
Yep, I was down there yesterday. I was widening that spot where it goes through that low area, Ron, where we wanted to put them culverts. And I just kept inching over until I couldn't inch over anymore. And now it's a lot wider through there. Before you'd run a truck through there and it'd scratch, the grass would scratch it. No, that ain't gonna happen.
So if there's any trees you wanna take out of there, just mark those too.
Okay. I'll get a spot marked out there because I'm kind of thinking of making a nice little pad back there, so it's out of the way. People don't look back there very often unless they're playing, so.
And 7th Street just goes up to that gate.
And every now and then we get, yeah, and every now and then we get someone who goes all the way back there in their vehicle and parks into the walking trail. It sleeps.
Oh,
Already chased one out of there this year.
I thought that was, county.
You'll let Wayne know that about marking the trees.
Absolutely. I'll go talk to him after this. If he's not there, he'll be at the park anyway.
How's he doing the disc golf?
Oh, wow. The other day I was out there mulching. I seen him out there 4 different times.
This parse, we had a meeting where they had said they had taken out some trees they couldn't have and they said needed to put in.
No, that was incorrect though.
Was that
Yeah.
incorrect information?
Yeah. They cut the right ones out.
So we don't need to put in.
No.
Cause they were talking fast growing poplar or something like that.
Yeah, they thought they had done the wrong part, but it was just there was one side of that fairway, so it's all good.
We're on popple back there. We got plenty of blueberry. Those are wrecking, won't they?
Bubble. Yeah, we don't want to plant anything. We got plenty of trees.
Yeah. I was telling Ron too, I want to try to make a spot that's kind of hidden back there. Ron called it the kissing bench. But just a nice little secluded spot where people can find and go and sit down and.
On those permanent sites, we'll have to run water, electric, get a septic system put in.
Yep. And the septic system I was hoping was be implemented into one of the fairways, which I think was 13 was gonna be running alongside there.
How many lots would that be?
10 altogether.
Then? And all of them are gonna be wired and
Yeah, the water, electric and sewer.
none of them will be primitive.
No, in fact, the 2 primitives we have will become fully
Oh,
functional.
they'll become functional.
Yep, and then that's why I'm pushing that road from across campsite 10 to build 3 new primitives. I still got to talk with the Board of Health or Department of Health and see if we need to do anything about facilities or stuff, or will we negate that because it'll be permanent sites.
The permanent sites should negate that, but will those 3 primitive ones, are they close enough to the?
They'll be close to it,
Okay, then we might be able, yeah, check with them.
but if that's the case, we're only adding 1 primitive site to what we originally had. And then the other 10 will just become.
It just changes the permit, so, because you're adding on more sites.
Do we know if there's a DNR grant available this year, if anything come out?
I'm sure if anything, I'm gonna have to have it figured out before February.
Yeah, cause I know for last year it was 75 grand matching.
Yeah,
So if we do 75 and we get a matching grant for 75, we can get a lot of stuff done on it.
150.
So hopefully they have that again.
right. And I don't know, someone told me, I heard it, I don't know if it was Ron or someone else, but when it comes to grants like DNR and stuff, they can't be used for making money. So I don't know if that was true or not.
I looked through that grant and they can be used for campsites and they can be used for bathroom, they can be used for.
Okay,
Well, I mean, technically speaking, we're not in the campground business to make money. We are in it to
Even,
Pay for it.
break even, get a little extra so that we can continue to maintain and improve it. So,
It's not really an enterprise fund, but it should pay for itself.
Yeah.
We're getting there. I mean, we're getting there.
okay.
So we should qualify if they still have that grant.
Is there good demand for the primitive sites?
the primitives this year, didn't hit as well as last year. But people were just using them anyway. I mean, they were using for parking spots more than anything.
Oh,
But last year we had people tenting there most of the summer.
We Still got quite a few out there from the
Six.
harvest.
Six. And they're supposed to be done next week.
all of a sudden they'll shut the water down.
Yeah, the 20th is the shutdown day. That's the only day I could get the compressor for. So. Other than that, I didn't want to push it out any further.
Yeah.
What about the beach? We gotta do anything there?
So I'm gonna be wrapping the lifeguard stand. We're gonna leave it out there this year. I'm gonna wrap it with a tarp. I'm gonna put a tennis ball on top of that, the pipe for the umbrella, because I don't want it to pop through. And I hope a tennis ball will work. I found one out at the park and that's why I'm gonna use it.
Are you gonna need sand next year for the beach?
We may need some sand next year. If we can get that skiddy with the tracks, that's gonna help out a lot. We'll be able to grab and push too. And just get it taken care of. Do a good job out there.
How did the seeding to kill the weeds, did that show good benefit?
The seating,
When they did
oh my, yeah, that did wonders.
Did it?
Yeah, it was night and day from last year. I mean, last year when we'd go get the buoys and stuff, you'd go around the pier. You were catching all sorts of weeds and stuff into the motor. This year, you didn't even see them. So it was excellent the way it worked.
I did talk to Kurt too from the Spirit Lake Association and they would do it again next year.
Okay,
So
I thought that was a 2-year application, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's,
Or
I
is that
thought they
just-
set it up for
I
that.
thought they said that it was good for 2 years.
actually it was, but
yeah, I don't remember reading that. No.
Well, I thought they said it was a 2-year process. I think that's what
Is
they
that what it
said.
was?
It's a 2-year process.
yeah, Kurt was all for it. All the private people that did it, loved it. So,
yeah, I know the extension worked really well for a lot of people this year too, out there fishing, so. They had more traffic by the pier this year than any other year.
you could actually fish without dragging them through weeds.
Yeah,
It's helpful.
just might catch them and still lose them.
Anything building wise that we have to do? I know we're doing this roof, but those seals on the fire hall, have you looked at it at all for the garage doors?
Sadly, I have not looked into it yet.
So possibly could get before winter would save us.
I think you have deferred until next year, the bricks that need to be replaced out here, that
Yep.
next year project.
Yep, absolutely.
I kind of have another general question about the fire hall, right? I go back there about once a week just to look around, right? And, in those summer months, that place is like a muggy, disgusting zoo back there. And I mean, that can't be good for machinery to have that kind of moisture 24/7.
A little ventilation in it.
I mean, they have fans and everything, but it's just blowing moist air around everywhere. And I mean, that to me just, spells rust. So there's some kind of dehumidifying fixture of sorts.
Might be able to put in a attic fan, the one that blows out the attic.
That or one of them big dehumidifiers that we have in the water plant.
Yeah.
Get one of them for in there. That would do the whole.
Whole thing.
Good.
Is that, I mean,
It could be tested because we could take, both of them don't need to be in there.
Is one a backup, is that it?
Yeah, they both work, but one is plenty big enough to do that area. They just got 2 of them just to make sure. But
Yeah.
it could be taken over there just to try it out and see
Is it?
how
They're
it
on wheels.
works.
It's portable.
Yeah, just to see how it worked for the time being.
Well, I mean, you know, now that
Test it
the,
out.
now that the air temps dropped a bit, right? The humidity's gone. So, but, you know, late spring, summertime, it just gets nasty back
Yeah,
there.
so in that time frame, we could probably wheel it over there and just test it out.
Well, you know, I'm gonna make a note of this because, I think that would be huge.
I would centrally located too.
Yeah, put it right in the middle, if we can. I know there's drains back there.
It must be a lack of circulation, lack of ventilation issue.
And it's only for the fire hall.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Like,
saying. There must be absence of adequate ventilation for the fire hall. Let the
yeah,
air breathe.
totally.
Well, I know this part with them doing that foam and taking out that insulation, it's got more circulation in this area now. You can tell the difference.
Well, once we do the roof with ridge vent instead of dumb whirlybirds, it'll be better.
Yeah, that would be too.
Speaking of the roof, did you get a grant sent into Sourcewell for,
All the grants were submitted, yes.
for the roof? When do they make their decision?
It was gonna be October, November, probably leaning towards November. They're gonna convene their board, I guess, and they're gonna go through all the applications, all the cities that weren't first or weren't picked last year, their first round this year. And then everything else goes to, you know, order of precedent, I suppose, or
So we should be first round.
we should be first round for. Well, I think we should be first round for almost everything, yeah. Cause, and that's like per, I think that's per grant. So next year, if we apply for the 50,000 again,
We'll do second round.
yeah, we'll be the second round. Yeah, but fire department though, since they did their 50,000 already this year, with the one for the jaws, right? They'll be eligible for first round again next year for it. So it's, I will just have to see.
Be nice if we're approved and can get the roof on this building replaced. Needs it
Well, we're gonna get it the way we put money aside, but yeah, it'd be nice if we could
to get the money.
get the grant to do it and then we can use that money for some soundproofing and.
So bringing up needed items. I had to talk about the Sterling plow truck. That's good. You know,
What?
the Sterling truck, that's gonna be needing to be looked on being replaced for next year.
Next year already? I thought we were on like.
Or
3 or 4.
probably, no, it's within at least 2 years. It's in need.
Well, what's the used one cost right now?
Around 45.
So we put 36 away this year for, Public Works capital outlay. How much could you sell that thing for? 12, 15 grand?
How much are them people willing to buy that one for that was up for
I
sale?
think that was 30 grand or something.
So maybe 30.
Okay.
Cause that's identical to one that's been posted for Upteen and they keep on calling about it.
Yeah, little backstory on that. Somehow, one of our trucks, or that's not our truck, full disclosure, was posted on a website. And then they somehow affiliated that with the city of Monaga. So we have people calling us very angry because they paid 30 grand for a truck. And they call us and say, hey, where's this truck? And we're like, we don't have this truck. We don't know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So it's some kind of scam.
99.9% sure it's a scam, yeah. Or the person, you know, that's calling us is the recipient of the scam.
And they thought it was us. Huh?
Hey, totally thought, he's like, yeah, no, it says City of Monaga, you guys have this truck, and I'm like, no, we absolutely don't.
So one piece of advice on that is don't buy a Sterling.
No, we won't go for six. This Freightliner's been doing, I mean, you can tell the difference between that. We'd try looking to another, probably one that has the wing on the back. Behind the belly blade, it makes a big difference. You can tell. So,
So this one's got the blade up front.
Yeah.
yeah, the Sterling has the up front, the wing up
So
front.
if you're running both, you end up with a
You
pile.
got that little strip. You could tell last winter, the Sterling was used mostly
Mainly
out
over
this
here.
area.
In through here.
Yeah,
Left that.
and then the Freightliner gets used out there, so you're able to do the belly blade and get the roads much clearer with that, so.
Is your new guy now CDL qualified,
He'll be on the 20th going to take the
road test?
road test around that time frame.
Or Detroit Lakes Trail?
What's he using for that?
The freight line.
On with them? Okay, so. I have to bring Ralph on to help me blow things out.
It's not set in date yet. We
Okay,
gotta call
I thought you-
make sure get DL, get it set in date, what date it's gonna be for sure.
So he's working out good then.
He is.
When's this 6 months?
November 2nd.
Okay, I figured it was coming up here.
Is he gonna be able to operate snowplow this winter, you think?
With passing this year.
I forget.
You better pass,
Yeah.
all right?
If not, you can go back and take it again.
yeah, we've had him out, training in it. and driving it around. Yeah, he's.
And I'll have tomorrow next week driving a little bit more.
With them guys, the pre-trip is here. If you can't do the pre-trip, they won't let you do it.
I went through the pre-trip and had him explain it to me. He's been doing it on that.
Yeah, he did the same thing with me
So,
too. I was like, let's go. He goes, I gotta do my pre-trip. I'm like, you're absolutely right.
That pre-trip, yeah, it's got wheels and paint, let's roll.
I just figured I wanted to bring up that plow truck.
Well, start
It's-
watching the market, all right? You never know what kind of deal will come up. Maybe there's something we can capitalize on. But, you know, when you bring this plan to council, I need to hear about how you're getting rid of that other truck.
Yeah, if we can get some money out of that one in the spring, after the season, of course, is the best time to get a deal.
I know we purchased that Freightliner through Minbid. So that's why I've been kind of looking at seeing if anything pops up. They don't pop up too often. So
So the Sterling will get you through the winter.
sweepers put away for the year. Just got that put away.
All drained out, all that good stuff.
Discharge is running right now. Secondary discharge. Well, one was pulled. They did the inspection on that. That's in a 3 year. The next time they pull it, we're gonna have to be looking in a new pump. Cause it's the sway action clicks a little bit. So that's gonna need a new pump. Well, one.
Those aren't cheap.
$7,000.
Those flow.
300 and, or no, 270 we have it set at.
Is it 270?
Yeah,
270.
270.
I was thinking it was 240 for some reason.
That moves smaller.
We had that one guy come in who did all the,
He did the check
The
for it
corrections.
and I mean, he wanted to try have us throttle it down, but our filter's not. If you bring the water down too low of flow in there, our filter doesn't agree upon that and the iron and manganese drops through. So to keep it at that 270 is the right rate for our iron and manganese treatment. We have it dialed in.
It looked like they clear from reading it, it sounded like the clear well went okay.
It did. Just waiting on the flash drive now. Their reports came back. There's different things on there. The vents need to be raised.
Yeah, I read that, where you're.
Yeah, the
only a
entrance,
Couple inches short, it
Yeah.
sounded like.
entrance hatch is 18 instead of 24. That splash pad, we gotta get the dirt's washed over top the splash pad, the overflow splash pad on the west side there, so that just has to be cleared off there again.
power wash again.
Take the skiddy over there and actually cut out. Have to make it more of a better trough,
Okay.
put some E-rock in there.
Figure it out.
And with that, behind shell there where it keeps running down into your drain, did you get some?
That there, we gotta do a bid, probably be in the spring, try to get a bid for them to do that alleyway with paving it. Get that all taken care of. And probably also behind VFW too. Have that whole area.
Run the whole length done.
Yeah, have that whole alleyway done all the way through.
Yeah, Marlene wants to pave her whole parking lot while they're at it. I don't know,
Yeah.
she might.
Cause I know when they were there, they were talking about it before. But it needs to have a public hearing beforehand. Be able to do that, unless now, since that, what is it? The shoreland district or the
Yeah,
shoreland
so we're
area
out of that.
has changed, is that area out of it now?
Well, hers would be, Marlene's, that
So is
alley.
the alleyway out of that
Is where
shoreland
at-
district?
Well,
also-
87 and 71, I think were the,
So it depends
so
on
that other part of the alley, we might not be able to, behind the VFW, we might not
Right.
be able to do that one.
that area, we'd have to have a public hearing for to try to do that one. But the
Because
other
of impervious surface.
impervious surface, but the other one might be out of that.
Yeah, the other one would,
But if it's already gravel, it's a one-off. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
if it's
considered
class 5.
impervious already,
if it's class 5.
right?
But you still end up having, for us, we still end up having to have a public hearing to have. To go ahead.
Why not?
It still ends up, that's the way that they were saying before. They'll have to have a hearing, even with, if it's class 5 and stuff.
Oh, you didn't with Margema. Margema did a one-off, remember I asked you about that?
I don't see why. you
Yeah,
have to
that's
do it.
on the lake, right?
'Cause you're, if you're,
It's to the side of that impervious,
if that alley's class 5, which it is,
Right.
so.
it's a one-off, you wouldn't have. to
Yeah,
have
it's
a
a one for
public
one.
service Or hearing and
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, no, yeah, I'm thinking about it, right? And nowhere in our ordinance does it say we need a public hearing if you are going from impenetrable surface to impenetrable surface. You're changing the medium of material. That's it. You're not creating anything new. And compacted class 5 counts as impervious surface.
Yeah. That would get rid of all our pothole problems.
And the washout, I
It's
think,
down into that drain.
the drain.
so like the VFW park or area there by the VFW, that's all class 5 packed, so that's impervious.
Yeah. Yeah, so we can look on doing that there and the other one. Behind the lumberyard, I believe that's still sand. Part of it's class
I
5,
think, yeah, that's a half and half there.
part of it's class 5, part's sand,
Right here.
yeah. So you got the beginning parts that's actually sand, and then it turns into gravel. Up to that area there where the 8 is, so half of it's still
So
sand,
it's sand down this way.
no other way.
Well, then we should be able to do it because that's more in the shoreline district than that is.
So I'll end up getting a quote to decide to do that whole area. Because that other spot, I thought they were gonna be digging up the sewer, but being that they're gonna be lining it. We don't have to worry about that aspect, we can pave it.
There's no manholes in that alley, is there?
No, but the
The runs.
line, the sewer goes down there.
Another thing, if you're gonna bid on that, this liquor store parking lot is trash. If they're gonna come in and do that as an option, see what it would cost to have that just ground and resurfaced. You know, if they could grind it down, put one left over the top. That alley part there is all chunked out.
Remember we filled that one pothole out there,
Yeah.
get that figured out, so it doesn't happen again.
So I did check with the trails person down by the beach there.
Hmm.
He said there's no issue, we can just take up that
That blacktop.
blacktop off and put crushed concrete.
Oh.
Just has to be packed it down good because it is considered, it needs to be ADA compliant. Cause that trail was actually put down as that grant for ADA compliant.
Got weird, at the end of it, you hit the sand at the beach and that ain't ADA compliant.
Wheels aren't gonna be moving anywhere. Yeah,
They got a four-wheel drive.
but that's what it was intended to get to the edge of the beach with a wheelchair.
So if you get class 5, you have to have one of them whackers, you wet that stuff down and then whack it.
Yeah.
Then it would be fun.
But even putting crushed concrete there would work good too.
Well, that's what I'm saying, put it there, but you have to pack it.
Yeah.
Wet it down and pack it and it holds. That's why I park my camper around at my house.
That's what I wanted to look into. So there is no set maintenance plan for that. That pond. There hasn't been one put in place ever. I mean, we've been having them come and Fight's gonna be here on Tuesday. Was gonna have them look into that, but they did suck it out the other time. Last year they sucked out that area. So there hasn't been that much sand right in that spot.
There was a bunch of trees growing up in there.
Yeah, there's trees and stuff growing that need to be taken out.
Whacked out again.
Yeah.
Trees of thistle.
And those crazy vines.
They're green at least.
Yeah, they're green, and then when they flower, they're white.
Yeah.
There is the power pole down at the pier where we plug into the Spirit Lake. There's branches that are getting ready to start working that power line. I could have cut them, but
Whoever, it's Minnesota Power,
Yeah.
they'll send somebody out to do it. It doesn't cost nothing.
okay,
Let the professionals handle it.
right, that's what I figured.
We had them at our place this summer. They clean up everything, grind it up, haul it away. Like they were never there.
Do they have cars do that? Do they contract with cars?
I don't know who it was. They probably have their own crew,
Yeah,
cause they get a lot of that, a lot of it. So that covers the alleyways, covers the beach, covers the park. Buildings are good.
What about over at St. Hall? Anything going on there?
No, I lost my key fob out there today for my personal truck.
Oh, you're bouncing around.
Yeah, I was bouncing around enough and it fell off. It's out there somewhere unless I mowed it. I don't know. But,
So the idea that you had strapped down Sanger Hall,
yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, well, it is loose. We got that caution tape there. I thought about just taking like a steel bar here and then another one over here and then bolting it down like that, just for now.
Strap over.
Yeah, basically 2 straps, one in the front, one in the back, low profile.
You talked to anybody about picking that thing up and putting new anchor bolts in?
No, but I think we'd have to probably redo a lot of the concrete. It's if it's busting out. It just like the railing down at the pier, it's loose. And the bolts won't tight, they just spin.
How about the right of way issue with the state? And where everything is lining up?
We just gotta get a permit.
yeah, we have to get the agreement.
They had already planned on moving that sidewalk so it goes straight across. That was part of the 71.
That was part of their project, but we had to sign up an agreement form with them stating that city agrees to pay for the removal and replacement of the sidewalk.
I wouldn't.
Unless the city wants to remove the sidewalk that's out there completely and just leave the one that's in front of Sanger.
Sidewalk that's there now goes around the backside, right? That's the one they're talking about.
All the way around in the circle and then in front. But it's not ADA compliant, so that's why they're saying they need.
I would bet the state bid will be way higher to do that than we could get somebody locally to do that. It'd be worth, they could price it. I would have them say, well, how much, give us a price for you guys to do it. Then we could check with some local guys and I would bet everybody that comes to work on this project is gonna be on state wages. Way higher than they pay anybody around here. So I would check to have them, they could have a separate option for that in their quote. And then we can have people bid it off of their plan.
Well, that's the thing that we gotta decide to discuss and say. City's gonna do it or they're gonna do
Either
it
way, we have to pay it.
still.
They want us to pay it if they do it.
Yeah,
Do
So,
we have to move the flagpole?
no, we just get a permit for it.
we have to.
Permit?
Where we plan on putting it, just another permit to be in the right of way.
Yeah.
Funny, because the sidewalk that's there now is in the right of way and we never had a problem with it.
As a new one needs to be agreed upon because that pavilion's in the area. So
Yeah,
they're gonna send an encroachment thing to the city stating the different things.
Strange that's that far away and it's in there right away. Garage,
Completely agree.
Well, that's
the garage on Chris and Harry's house across the road is closer than that pavilion is to
Cause
the,
is it 100 foot
way closer.
right of way through there, I believe? Trying to remember that area. I think it's 100 foot right of way.
Yeah.
Okay, so we own that little,
Yep.
we own this little square
Yeah.
here, this little triangle.
So our house is just in it if GIS is right.
Yeah, they said it goes, the GIS for that area is right on, because it goes right smack dab. That sidewalk that's right in front, that part that's bent up is part in the right of way. And then it curves again. So part of the sidewalk's not, and then part of it is.
Yeah, that's what I would say if we do. Have them, when they do their bid for it, have them bid it as an option and then we can get quotes from people around here. Whatever's cheaper for the taxpayers would be the way to go.
And get their plans, so it's put in according to their specs.
'Cause our local guys will probably be cheaper.
Yeah, because we had to get that and then agreement for the crosswalk, the city's gonna pay for the crosswalk.
Light,
Their light,
flashing light.
the flashing light.
And that's just the one by the school, right?
Yep, that one
That
that
goes
goes by
across the-
Subway there.
I know they had talked about that last statement, he had talked about narrowing it there, kind of putting it out closer to the road. But that parking gets used all the time. I wouldn't see any reason.
No, that's what I told them. I had mentioned that parking spot needs to stay. And then the only area is that, cause you got that area, the co-op spot, so the stop sign to the co-op entrance, that's not gonna be parking. But anything after that will be parking.
And then I can't be here on the 23rd when they're having that meeting here. But in front of what was Kabila, we've got that no parking already. They should put a right-hand turn lane there. And the same in front of Holiday. They've got the white lines painted out there. Nobody uses them as a turn lane, but nobody can park there either. So it'd be better if they make it a right-hand turn lane and get some of them people out of the way.
Yeah, I haven't completely, they probably have their plan.
Didn't Chris say something that when, they're done tearing up the road, they're gonna repaint everything skinnier, the lanes skinnier?
Well, yeah, cause the sidewalks are coming in.
Yeah,
We're coming in, the curb and gutter will be in 2 feet farther on each side. So the parking lane is gonna be a little narrower, but it would still make a turn lane. So they
Yes.
can't park there anyway.
yes.
And then people won't have to stop so somebody can make a right turn when they don't know what they're doing. That would be, the right hand turn lane on either side in front of Holiday and in front of Beulah there. The other direction, they can't park, but we can't use it as a turn lane.
How the hell a guy get to the grocery store from Juniper Avenue when they got that going on 71?
Town's gonna be interesting when 71 is tore up. I'm
I'm sure
sure
over here to City Hall from
the
Juniper.
businesses are gonna be a little
They gotta
hurt.
go up the town line and.
Well, that's why they're splitting it now. That's why it's gonna be split up, so this First Street's actually gonna be a throughway. When they're doing that south side from Main Street that way. And then 31 is gonna be the throughway.
Well, I know that when they were down in Wadena, right, you get across, on that side of town when they had it all tore up, they would leave little entryways to get out, skedaddle where you needed to go. So, it won't be a showstopper, but yeah, it'll definitely affect business for a month.
Have they got, opened up yet, or are they?
Opened
still-
up, easy to go now, straight
They're
shot
done?
They're done.
Straight shot now?
For this year.
for this year. Next year, they're gonna do, Main Street in the old town proper. So that'll be,
They didn't finish the 4 lane all the way through town, did they? Then, or did they get it done?
no, they're still working on 10, right?
Are they gonna turn this into a 4 lane through town?
No.
No.
They'll still have the turn lane in the center for left turns. And traffic lanes, and still have parking lanes on both sides. They're just gonna be a little narrower.
They're pulling the sidewalk out onto the street, 2 foot,
So that they can,
sidewalks will be 2 foot wider than they are now. Approximately.
I think they were putting them 6-foot sidewalks.
so they gotta do it for the ADA ramp requirements.
Right.
They had to stretch it out, because even the driveways have to be that angle. The driveway approaches have to be ADA compliant.
Yeah.
It's a state job, And we do have a few of them that run down the highway and they're screwed.
With that project, to let you know, lead and copper inventory got finished. That had to be done by October 1st. There are 2 in town needing replacement, which is the one to the school, and they got that old bathroom by the baseball field.
Oh,
That one has yeah, it's,
We capped that.
no.
Oh.
No, so it goes into their wash.
The one by the school, that's already planned in the 28, when 71 gets done. right?
Yeah.
That one will be.
Well, that one actually, has get replaced. I gotta work with Chris getting all the paperwork put in place for it. Cause you gotta get it through Department of Health and have the paperwork that they're gonna pay for the replacement.
They won't pay for the one to the ball field bathroom.
That one would has to get put in there too.
So they'll pay for that.
Yeah, any service line that has to be done goes through Department of Health and they pay for the old lines being replaced. But anything for the city, yeah, they won't they won't pay for the main water lines.
Crazy question for you. I probably a dumb question, but I don't know the answer. Do fire hydrants have an expiration date by them? Like they're only good for 50 years or 40 years, or are they good forever or
They
what?
can keep on going as long as you keep
Until
on
they quit working?
maintaining them. No,
Yeah, they make kits that you can replace all the rubber seals and everything in them for them, so.
Yeah.
I don't think we have any leaded around here, do we?
Speaking of that, this one over here that's out of service, are we just gonna get that thing out of there?
That one's planned to be replaced with this project.
Oh, they are gonna replace it.
Yeah. So that one actually is tied to Birch.
Yeah.
And that's why it's out of order, because we did away with that line.
So now we're gonna tie it
So
into
now
Second
it's-
Street.
Yeah, no, it's gonna get tied in instead.
Yeah, I was wondering why we had a bag over it, but it wasn't just gone. So that answers that. It's gonna get
Yeah, and
reconnected.
yeah, with that valve right there can't shut completely. So it still has a little bit trickle, so if they would try, it would have some water come out. But trying to wait for this project to get all that stuff taken care of, it's not hurting nothing. But
Do we have any water meters that are scheduled for replacement, upgrade?
there are a few in place. But not a complete set list that I'm going through
Just
No.
replacing them as they go bad.
as they go bad.
Most of them are replaced, aren't they?
The bad ones are, but not towards the new ones. And what was the last count? 350 need to be replaced somewhere there. I think
So,
the old style to be replaced with the new style.
Yeah, those are the ones we can't catalog.
And there's no plan or no schedule for upgrading them?
Not a set in schedule right now. When ones come up that need to be replaced.
You're buying them like 10 at a time, so you have stock and then if one goes bad, you can replace it with a new
Yeah,
one.
if we can't read it, then we generally go in and check it and then replace it. Those batteries. have
Cause
been going bad.
each new one ends up being 600 and around $650 for the whole set. Being ones that the cities was trying to have were the wrong setup.
That was
But
too bad.
if we can get that type of setup, I mean, some of the meters end up being $100 for the meter body. But if we can find ones like that again with the meter bodies and just get the reader itself, it would probably work. I mean, we've been repairing. Now I think we have 50 meter bodies to be able to go with.
So I just
We just need the readers,
put the new reader in a big
Yeah.
old beer body,
you know.
and they're still the kind that you have to have a really, really bright light to read.
No, these new ones are all
Pro coders,
pro coders, they're
So you can see them.
all dial.
all dial. The other ones that were digital that you had to have a flashlight read to the 100th. These other dial ones, the dial reads the 100th and then the the one number goes pence. To a gallon. So I believe the one that was put in your house, I think it's the flashlight.
Yeah. Kind of really bright light.
Cause even them end up, you need to replace the battery. Where you had to replace the whole reader itself because you can't get the batteries. So. That's why we went away from them to go to the pro coders, so you don't need a flashlight or anything that you gotta worry about the battery going bad. So, otherwise, that touches most of it. Any more questions?
That was the biggest stuff.
Sounds good.
Yeah, just as soon as you can figure out your permanent sites out there. Get with Wayne and just let me know that you guys are gonna be able to handle it this winter so that by spring thaw, we can have them come in and I'll start
Absolutely.
pushing on it.
I'll go out there and I'll start trying to get everything staked out right away and that way I can start marking the trees where the road's at right now. And that way everyone can just go out there and visually see it.
How wide those sites, how wide do you make it?
25.
25 back it in too.
Yeah, I was kind of going based off of what we already have. Like that anchor idea, that's nice. I've seen campgrounds like that too.
If they're gonna sit there for, the whole summer, they might not like their neighbor, they might wanna look right at them.
Right.
So you get them off settle.
Well, it would make it a lot easier for backing it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, gentlemen. Thank you. And the time is 4:18.
I'm gonna go home. I'm not gonna go cook burgers.
Catch whatever cold's been going on.
Whatever.